So guys, I love that intro. But today I'm bringing you a top 5. I might do these every so often, I don't know. But this is top 5 games of 2015. Right, I know it's already March. I know I'm long off. I know you can go on YouTube and see top 10. Top 10s, whatever, that are done like months ago. But this is my one just because I felt like doing it. Okay, now I've explained all that, sort of, I don't know. We're going to go into the top 5. 5. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was a great game to play. Not as good as Bethesda's other game, Skyrim, but this game got so much hype. I think it lived up to the hype though. Fallout 3 was apparently an amazing game. Never played it, watched somebody play it, and when I said I was going to get Fallout 4, I actually really liked the story from what I watched. I watched on Generic B. I won't put a channel and link, whatever. But I actually thought it was a solid game. Like the storyline was actually pretty decent. It was a bit messed up about the sun bit and all that because it did get me a bit confused. But it was actually a really good game all around, and I really do suggest it. So going into number 4, we've got Call of Duty Black Ops 3. You guys are probably wondering, what? There's so much better games, but Call of Duty Black Ops 3. What puts it so high on this list is the fact it revived the Call of Duty franchise. Ghost was appalling. Advanced Warfare was appalling. And now we have actually got a good Call of Duty. Like, the other two were so bad, I never played it. This revived the franchise so much. Literally, I play this so much. Compared to any other COD, except Call of Duty 4. My most played is probably Call of Duty 4 because I've got highest level. But this one, I'd say, is my second most played. And I'm only Prestige 2, so it proves this has actually gotten me into the Call of Duty series. And also, it's such a good game to play with your mates. Maybe the campaign, it would be higher on this list, but the campaign started off so well, but then it just ended badly. I hated the ending, hated it, the last bit of it. It was so bad. But this one, like all the new guns they're bringing out and all the new maps, so good. Which brings me on to number 3, Batman Arkham Knight. This game just, I never played any of the other Batman ones. The only reason why I got this one lately. I got this one like a few months ago. I didn't know what was happening. I just bought it because it was like cheap, and I heard good stuff about it. But it was so good. Literally, how I didn't even know what happened to the other Batmans. But this one just didn't explain really much about the other ones. But the story was amazing. Like how you gotta save it like a night or whatever. Like save Gotham. It was amazing. Like I would say it was a bit short, but it really wasn't because you got to do like for the proper ending you'll do 100% of the game, which just takes forever, which I had no patience for. But this was a very strong case. The only reason why it's free is because it surprised me so much because I thought it would be really bad, but it was really good. It just was. Like even though I did buy it a few months ago, it was so good. But brings me into number 2 was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but this also was another. The reason why this is so high is because it was another game that revived the franchise. This game, I thought it was one of the better ones. Really, I did. The story was good. It actually brought a female character for once, which was great to play with because I always play with Eve because she's like badass. But also, it made you just feel like I live near London, but I don't. It also, I like the characters in it, like the historic characters, like you see Florence Nightingale, Alexander Graham Bale. As soon as I saw them, I was like, I know who they are. I know what they invented. So it was just like, it just, and I love history, so that's probably why it's so high because it just brings that historic feel. Assassin's Creed every time. That makes it so good. Like Unity didn't bring the feel because it didn't have these like historic characters. Was number 3 didn't bring that feel because it didn't have the characters. Like all these latest ones didn't have the characters, but this one does, and it just makes it so good in just ways that I don't know. That's probably why I think it's better than Brotherhood because you didn't really have anything. You had nothing really that was historic there. I know Assassin's Creed isn't real, but it just brings those historic figures. As I said, Florence Nightingale, Alexander Graham Bell, Charles Dickens, Charles Darwin. So just and Jack the Ripper DLC, literally. They could have done anything with that, and they did it perfectly. Literally, no one knew who Jack the Ripper was, so it was just like, or like, what his motives were. So you didn't actually know what it was. So they could do anything they would, and they could be as creative as possible. And they did that. And as you saw as well, you may not saw it. They did Jack the Ripper amazingly in the DLC. I just loved the game. Really, it was incredible. Just the campaign was amazing. I think which probably would have made it better though is have one of the two die. Preferably Jacob die because he's like the go-getting thug. He does all the mistakes, bloody blah. He like if he died, it would have brought a sense of shock and it would have just been a great ending because it would just bring that sadness and that grief and all that like Evie would have on him. And Henry, I also didn't like the romance they had there. That was a bit creepy. How she's like probably about 21 or something, and how he's like probably about 30 something due to the fact that he knew her father. But stop talking about the Assassin's Creed. We're gonna go to number one, which I've played this game so many times. Witcher 3. Every mate that I've borrowed this to says it's appalling. I I'm replaying at this moment in time. You see, I played it once, loved it. It was in my top 5 games of all time. Played it a second time, but the second time I played it, I actually played all the side missions I saw. But I didn't like go proper try hard like look for proper side missions. I did all the ones I saw. I didn't use the notice boards or anything. I just saw the question marks and I did the question marks. I didn't do any contracts because I thought they were too hard. And they just made it better, which put it in the top 3. But what made it to number 1 is, well, I played it again recently, like this last weekend and Friday. Well, yes, this weekend, Friday, I'm probably still playing it. But it literally just got me so into it, how I literally went round and looked for side missions because I was so intrigued. It's probably because I played all the campaign and I knew what happened, so it wasn't really exciting to me. But I changed my options, I changed what I did to see what was different. Literally, they had so many different things you could have, like how the romance section as well. I'm not being a little pedo, but how you could either choose Triss or Yennefer, and how if you choose both, something bad happens. Also, doing like all the like what do you call it? Like all the side missions, like to the battle that leading up to the Battle of Kaer Morhen. How you have to do side missions to actually make it better. Like I didn't do most of the side missions on the first one, like have most people, but second one I had everyone possible, and it was great. And now the third time I'm doing it, I've just finished Novigrad and I'm just doing every side mission that is my level, and every contract that's my level that I've seen in Velen and Novigrad right now. So I'm not in Skellige yet, but it literally. Also the dialogue stuff is like all the different things, like you could either focus on one thing to upgrade and miss out on the other. It's like I normally focus on the sign, like the one that helps you read minds, because it helps you so much in conversation. Because if you don't upgrade that, then you're pretty much screwed. But what makes this story is so much depth. My mates complain how long it is, but I feel like the length just makes it so much better. How you always intrigued, like in the middle. There will be spoilers. I'm probably going to do a spoiler alert. I haven't done that yet. But because there's so many, like it would get a bit boring. I could see how it gets boring after Battle of Kaer Morhen, but then they like spice it up by making Vesemir die in like the Battle of Kaer Morhen, which then makes you face Eredith, I think it is, probably not, which then brings a backstory, and then the ending as well, how you could have the different endings. The first time I did it, I got the bad one where you die, and I got really pissed off. But then I played it a second time, I got the one where she becomes Empress, and I loved that ending. But I haven't got the third one, that's what I'm aiming for. It was just amazing. And also, the minigame, Gwent. Oh my god, literally the second time I played it, I focused a lot on Gwent. The first time I didn't, I only played it when I had to. But now the third time, I am going for every single Gwent card. Every time I go see an innkeep, I go to him to buy every Gwent card he has. Literally, and every merchant I go to, I play him so I get more Gwent cards. Gwent is such a fun game as well. Like, it's unreal how good this is, and how you have the crafting techniques and all that. My chair squeaked, I don't know if you heard that. How the crafting techniques, although crafting It's very hard, but the thing is, what I'm trying to craft is higher my level, and it's taken me like 8 grand already to try and craft it. But that's probably because I'm not a high enough level. And also, how you can just loot places randomly, and you get so much money. And I'm not even started on the Witcher contracts, which you can just go on, and you can just do a Witcher contract, and you just get money, money, money. It's just incredible. Literally, I love Witcher 3. One of the best games I've ever played. I don't care what anyone says. It's so good. Like, I haven't played the DLC yet because I'm not high enough level on my third go. Because I never bought it until I just started again on my third go because my mates all borrowed it. But now I've started again, I just can't wait till I get to do the DLC because the recommended level's 37 and I'm probably 20. So I just can't wait till I can do that. Literally, I could make a whole video on Witcher review. It's so good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and see ya.